Hello, everyone. I am Jeff Switchenko, and I'm a research associate professor in the Department of Biostatistics and Bioinformatics. And I'm also the scientific director of the Biostatistics Shared Resource at the Winship Cancer Institute at Emory University. Just wanted to give you a little bit of background about myself, as well as my responsibilities, both within the department and within Winship, which consist of my day-to-day responsibilities. So my little background on me, my hometown is Boston, Massachusetts. I went to school up in the Northeast, went to a small Division III school, Bowdoin College, and then I got my PhD in biostatistics from the same department, Emory University, the Department of Biostatistics and Bioinformatics at Emory University. So in my role at Emory, I kind of have two roles. One is as a research associate professor, which is my primary appointment, which is in the Rollins School of Public Health. And so I've been a research associate professor for the last about 4 years now. I teach two classes typically. I teach BIOS 506, which is one of our core classes for incoming NPH students, BIOS NPH students. And it covers concepts of statistical inference. So the official course title is Foundations of Biostatistical Methods. And we start with the basics and work our way up to regression modeling. I also co-teach a class that's outside of Rollins called Introduction to Clinical Trial Analysis and Design. That's MSCR 520. So it gives me an opportunity to teach some of our MD fellows and trainees and junior faculty in statistical concepts in that particular course. In terms of student mentoring, I typically work with master students, some PhD students, but master students typically pair up with me when working on their summer practicums and their capstones, which are typically submitted towards the end of their second year. So I'll work from anywhere from with any anywhere from 2 to 4 students in any given year, maybe more than that. And so we have a lot of interesting research projects at Winship, which I'll get into in a second, and really enjoy the opportunities of working with our master students and again some PhD students on some of these collaborations. I also want to note that I chair one particular committee, the awards committee, which I've been doing for the past 8 years or so. And those awards are given to some of our top PhD and master students across a whole spectrum of accomplishments, both from a collaborative perspective, student perspective, et cetera. So if you have any questions on that, please let me know as well. My other role is as the scientific director of the Winship Cancer Institute's Biostatistics Shared Resource. So the Biostatistics Shared Resource is one of about 12 Winship shared resources within Winship. The shared resources overall provide collaborative support for our scientific colleagues for cancer-related research projects. The Biostatistics Shared Resource specifically is, as you might have guessed, geared towards helping our clinical colleagues on their study design and study analysis. So we'll collaborate with many cancer-related or cancer-focused clinical researchers on their grants, their abstracts, their papers, et cetera. The grants could be anything from a small pilot study that could, be a 6 to 12 month study, or it can be a large team science initiative, such as a P50 grant for spore purposes. I work with many staff members, students, and colleagues to address these particular research projects. And as I mentioned, we collaborate with investigators on cancer-related projects specifically. So you'll notice, at Emory and across the university, there are a lot of different cores and shared resources. Our shared resource is specific to Winship. So we only collaborate with Winship investigators on cancer-related research projects. And again, these are geared towards study design and study analysis and assisting with items such as grants, abstracts, and papers. In our team of 8 statisticians, 3 faculty, and 5 staff, will typically see upwards of 200 to 300 projects per year, many of them leading to, again, grant submissions, funded grants, as well as papers, some of which are in high impact journals. And then finally, within Winship, as you might have guessed, my research focus is primarily in terms of cancer. I've published with our clinical colleagues in areas such as cancer epidemiology, exposure assessment. I do a bit of work in spatial modeling. And so I'll work primarily with data generated through the cancer registry. So looking at area level data, county level, census tract level data, and correlating variations in cancer risk, whether that's in terms of incidence or mortality, with area level characteristics. So using some cutting edge Bayesian spatial models to address some of these interesting research questions. So that's one of my research interests. I have an interest in clinical trials as well, working in a cancer center. So we're involved in dozens and dozens of clinical trials. So there are a lot of opportunities for research and collaboration within clinical trials. And another research interest of mine is residential history assessment. So working with commercially available address history data to recreate residential history and correlate that with outcomes and recreating exposure surrogate measures for exposure assessment, et cetera. So these are my specific research interests. Our team has had the opportunity to publish in a variety of cancer and epi type journals over the years. But again, my research interests, but we also have many other collaborative projects at Winship, large data sets, small data sets. If it's cancer related, we help our clinical colleagues. So there are a lot of opportunities to collaborate at Winship. And again, things like clinical trials, working with complex data sets, claims-based data sets like SEER Medicare, SEER Medicaid. We have some genomic analyses. We have animal model data. So again, if it has a cancer focus, we'll help. And again, plenty of opportunities for students to collaborate. So again, if you are still deciding where you're going, or if you've already made the choice to come to our department, yeah, please feel free to reach out to me at any point in time. So I'm Jeff Switchenko. You can reach me at jswitch, at emory.edu with any questions related to the department or Winship or the Biostatistics Shared Resource. Hope you consider joining our team, and I look forward to chatting with some of you very soon. Thank you.